Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Uzair, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Toni.
That's me.
And the exquisite Toni O.
Ooh, I get exquisite this week.
Toni went from beautiful to last week to exquisite this week. Oh, wow.
Yours is always the same, but Uzair finds somehow a different way to introduce me every week. It's exciting. How was your...
Gotta keep you on your toes, you know?
Now I can't wait to see what he calls you next week.
Yeah, exactly. How was your weekend, boys?
Yeah, I would say good weekend. Nice.
You must have had a great weekend.
No,
Happy birthday,
yet.
By the way.
Yeah, Tommy. Happy birthday.
What do you got to know what you guys talking about?
When's your birthday, Tommy? Are you going to tell us, or are we going to keep having to celebrate it on random days?
It's in this month, so that's
I know for a fact that it's in this week, but you just refuse to tell us the actual day.
Yeah. I don't really. I'm not really one to celebrate birthdays.
Tommy. So. You don't have to celebrate your birthday. We want to celebrate your birthday.
You know what? Pick a day and go with it. That's just how. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, trust me.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be messaging you every day this week to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, we'll take that. You know, we will say that. I'll give you a heads up though. I do know that Tony's is next week. So if you want,
that's fine. Well, I'll deal with Tony's birthday.
Yeah.
I'll deal with Tony's birthday when we get to it.
All right. Anyways, thank you though. Appreciate it. I will say though, have any of you guys been to a movie theater recently since COVID restrictions have been lifted?
I went to one about 6 weeks ago, maybe last month. Yeah.
So then none of you guys have seen Dune then.
I have seen Dune.
Oh, all right. What did you think of it?
Look, needs more sandworms.
Needs more. Yeah, I agree.
I enjoyed the movie.
I have no idea what these boys are talking about.
For a movie that was...
Tony, you need to go. You need to go, Tony. See the sandworms. Yes. This is extremely important.
Doesn't seem like I do. Yeah.
Yes, you do, Tony.
Tony, the 2.5 hours would just fly by. Trust me.
Sandworms. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are really selling this.
Look, you can tell I'm not in movie marketing because this is the bit of the movie I was most excited by.
No, I'll just say, like, in terms of how it looked visually, it was stunning. The sound and the music it really created a unique experience. And it's a movie that I would definitely recommend Tony to go see, but just anyone go see. It's
Ladies and gentlemen, I am frantically Googling sandworms to understand what the hell these boys are talking about. Yeah.
Look, as you can tell, we're not great as movie critics. Our forte is a little more football based, and
maybe we should
having watched the games this weekend. I think we should switch over to the movies.
Yeah, I can understand why Uzair's talking about worms first thing in the morning. He doesn't want to talk about United, but yeah, I'm eager to hear what you have to say, Uzair.
Yeah, I mean, look, Man United 0, Man City somehow only 2. You know what? Not bad for 45 minutes of actual football.
Not bad for United.
Yeah, that's where we are at this point. 2 things. One, I'm kind of glad this was the early kickoff on Saturday because I've gone through my 5 stages of post Man United defeat grief, and I'm more towards the acceptance stage right now. So, I won't break out into song, which is a plus probably for everyone listening. I know you love it, Tony. I know you love it. But I don't think anyone else does.
This is what United should be posting on all their social medias.
On the negative side, because it was the early kickoff, I woke up 10 minutes into the game, and I immediately turned over to see 10 different people messaging me on my phone saying Eric Bailly has scored an own goal. Because of course he did.
Great finish, by the way.
Eric Bailly. It's what he does. He exists solely to provide content for the masses, and you know what? It was the most entertaining thing anyone in a red shirt did during that game.
It's a great Phil Jones tribute.
Hey, Ronaldo hit the target. You guys got 1 shot on target. You can't just write that off.
They got 3 shots on target.
Yeah. They got 3? Are you sure about that?
Eric Bailly
and
Lindelof. They had more shots on target on their own goal than they had on City's goal.
Oh,
It's unbelievable. De Gea's save on Lindelof was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I woke up in this game when I saw Eric Bailly had scored against United, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going back to bed. I will watch this game later. So, yeah, United. What else?
Solskjaer set them up not to embarrass themselves, and they still embarrass themselves.
Yeah, I think Solskjaer sets them up to embarrass themselves every week, to be honest.
Yeah, okay, fair play. I walked into that one.
This
you know what? I think I'm starting to slide backwards of my stages of grief.
Well done, Tony.
The acceptance is starting to melt away. I'm getting annoyed again.
I wonder if this loss feels worse than Liverpool one, just because how much City toyed with.
No, it doesn't.
United,
it doesn't.
No? Okay, because you know what? Pep then gave the league a lesson on how to, beat United and keep Ole in his job. Is you keep it at 2-0.
What lesson is there to learn? You just send the ball anywhere near our box and watch our defenders just leave it for someone.
What's going on?
You can hear one of the United players yell away as that cross comes in from Cancelo for the second goal. And Maguire and Shaw both just conspire to look at each other, look at the ball, and be like, this is fine if we leave this.
The Luke Shaw Maguire duo.
He takes a look over his shoulder and sees Bernardo Silva running and says, nah, he's not getting there.
See, I don't like United particularly because of a lot of historical battles between Arsenal and United, but it's amazing how many times I get angry just watching some of their defenders. Like Luke Shaw, that was a Mustafi moment for me, where he just leaves the ball thinking it's going to go out. Actually, he doesn't think it's going to go out because he looks and he sees Bernardo Silva there, and he just decides, he can't score from here. I'll let him have it. It's just the commentators
even
were looking at that. They were like,
it went in.
That went in. It's just like, and then Shaw's shouting at De Gea, and it's like, how can you blame your goalkeeper in that situation? That is 95% your fault. Look,
poor David De Gea has spent this entire half bailing our team out.
This entire half.
He
spent this entire season just bailing out.
You're not wrong. Like De Gea has generally been very, very good this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. He doesn't cover himself with glory for that goal, but he's also, expecting his defenders to deal with that when they should be. He's not expecting a shot to come in from that.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was gonna say his save on Jesus in that game in the first half there. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was a great save. De Gea has plenty of credit in the bank. I don't think United fans are gonna get upset at him for that moment.
I don't think anyone's upset with De Gea for that. He was put in a no-win situation by his own team.
Yeah, it's just City are the litmus tests. I think for many years now, they've been the team, especially since Guardiola's, was it Centurion season? That was his first Premier League win, right? They're the team. They've gone to Chelsea, they've gone to Anfield, they've gone to Old Trafford now, and they've been the better team in every one of those games. And
listen, Aston Villa came to Old Trafford and were the better team.
Hey, okay. True or false? You said United were going to win the title this season.
I was asked this question on the back
so
of
you said they were title
contenders.
Is my point.
I cannot be held responsible for what I said. Anything that happened before episode 5 of this podcast
we just forget. Yeah.
No, the point I make is, look, they don't have. We're in this stage of Pep's cycle where he's gone to this false 9 system. And we see a lot of crosses going in, and we're like, well, if there's a number 9 in there, this could have been 6, this could have been 7. But City are still really good without their center forward.
What's crazy about City is you were mentioning earlier, KDB didn't even play that well.
No, it didn't.
Sterling didn't play. Grealish didn't play.
Yeah, that's
Mahrez.
I don't get that. Grealish. I don't get that signing personally. I think that's just a whole strange situation. But yeah, Phil Foden, he would have been disappointed not to have scored in the second half, I think. Really good pass from KDB. But, yeah, I wish I could pile on United, but at this point, it's not really that much fun. It's just another week, another defeat.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the part of the season where I'm just irredeemably sad. It's not even fun to pick on me anymore, is it?
Am I right in saying you guys have the best away record in the league this season?
Probably not.
No?
Or not. Probably not.
Because
I can't be bothered to look it up.
All your defeats have come at home.
We haven't won at home since I think the opening day.
Oh no, United are away to Chelsea after international break.
All right, Tommy. Thank you for your sacrifice and for keeping Ole at the wheel.
Yeah,
we look forward to the post-game interview where he talks about how the team really showed up and had a United DNA and other buzzwords.
All right, we'll save that one and then we'll replay it in 2 weeks. All right, good. We go.
Don't need to record that week. We'll just play that little clip.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with Tony there. City are, even though they're not top of the table, they are definitely the best team in the league, and
it's not gonna work, Tommy. It's not gonna work.
No, I'm being genuine.
Just because it's your birthday, you think we're gonna let you get away with this?
No.
But yeah, props. One thing we don't do is give City props enough when we talk about the games each week. So, as much as we want to say United were bad, City were, they played phenomenal.
Cancelo was brilliant.
Both things can be true.
Yeah, the fullbacks are just on fire this season. You have Trent scoring goals. You have Reece being fantastic.
Whoa.
What?
You're spoiling.
Skipping ahead.
Yeah, Jesus.
Unbelievable.
Oh, spoiler. Oh, sorry.
Anyway,
some people don't actually watch the Premier League. They get all their information from this podcast.
It's a good thing
you've ruined it.
I didn't give too much away. It's okay.
All right, should we move on to the next fixture then? Since Tommy's kind of leaked details already.
This is why he'd be a terrible movie reviewer. We have, in probably the game of the weekend, West Ham 3, Liverpool 2 at the London Stadium. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of this Liverpool defensive performance was on Alisson.
I mean, that was the last fixture on Saturday, I think, because, I watched that game. Somehow, Alisson looked like he was still asleep. Like, he just was not ready for this game at all. That first goal, I said that, it was an own goal, right? I think it went down as an own goal in the end. Yeah, they put it as an own goal,
yeah.
He's complaining.
Alisson touched it in.
Yeah, he's complaining that he's fouled. It's like, come on, man. First of all, this is a Premier League. You're never not going to be challenged as a goalkeeper. And I don't know if he takes his eye off the ball or what happened, but yeah.
I am so happy they did not overturn that because they looked at it for a while.
Yeah, they did.
And goalkeepers, I think, get a bit too much protection in this league, and this one was where the player just was straight up. And it's like, if they were to call that one back for a foul, like that would have been absolutely furious for that. So,
wasn't Antonio that went up against?
No, it was Ogbonna.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Antonio was behind him. I think he kind of unsettled him a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this was the right call. It's a gaff on Alisson.
His first gaff of the game. Wasn't his last.
Yeah, the first. You could argue all three were kind of on him, but
absolutely. Yeah. But as bad as Alisson was, West Ham were really good. I think the goal actually, it seemed to, how I say it, inhibit them for a while. Because they didn't attack again for...
They went back into their shells until Liverpool equalised.
Yeah, I think Liverpool's equalizer came towards the end of the half, but what a free kick. What a free kick. You somehow knew Trent was going to score from there. We were talking...
Look, I'm just saying, my Premier League all-time pick, Mo Salah, with the dive to win the free kick and the assist.
Oh, what an assist, right?
You can't argue with it.
You can't stop a ball like that on a dime. Not anyone can do that.
See, I was about to bring up our Premier League all-time 11 and say there was
I
a
knew you
dearth
were.
of quality in right backs, and we're spoiled for choice right now. I didn't see Salah's assist being the highlight of that moment, but
Of course it was.
yeah.
No one else in the world could have done that.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, what a free kick. Fabianski, no chance. Always looks really nice when a goalkeeper doesn't even bother diving for it. It's just this picture. It was post stamp. Like he could have picked the ball up.
Toni just hates goalkeepers that make an effort.
No, Tommy's the goalkeeper hater here. Listen.
Well, are we bringing up the picks for the North American all-time 11? Is it or all-time?
This is true. Tommy does hate keepers with a raging passion.
Sorry, Kaylor
But
Navas
it's his
again.
birthday,
I really,
so I'm letting him have
I
it.
really do apologize, Kaylor Navas. I sincerely do.
Okay.
If we did it again, you'd be higher. I promise.
Okay.
But anyways,
bringing
guys,
this back.
West
That
Ham,
was
West Ham,
Liverpool's.
guys.
That was Liverpool's only real moment of quality in the game. Actually, they did have one more.
They had
Yeah.
a few.
A few. They had two. They had two moments of quality.
Well, if they had someone other than Mane at the end of them, they may have actually tied this game. So,
Yeah. I think Liverpool missed Firmino a lot. They went wide way too early all of the time, especially down that right-hand side. Robertson's in really bad form. I think Tsimikas should actually be playing for a while. But all season, Robertson's kind of been struggling. But West Ham, man, there's no obvious weakness in this team. And they're actually really fun to watch, which hasn't been the case for a lot of David Moyes' teams recently. But
they've signed very
well.
very intelligently.
Yeah.
Like they've made good moves in the transfer window. Like Zuma, who ended up scoring the winner off another set piece. I believe another corner, I think.
Yeah, no idea where it was.
Just gets trapped under the ball.
Yeah.
Trapped under the ball, and then I think it was Mane that was marking Zuma, which is already a mistake.
No.
And then he just kind of lets him go. And, Zuma had a good goal-scoring record at Chelsea as well, so he's one of the guys that you should be watching out for on those.
I just want to point out you have, Zuma, a former Chelsea player, killing it at West Ham. Let's say Livramento at Southampton, absolutely killing it. Conor Gallagher on Crystal Palace, one of the players of the season so far. Man, Chelsea.
Zuma has left. He's not on loan.
I know.
And he's not your academy product. He has nothing to do with Chelsea anymore.
Former Chelsea
that's
player
nothing
is
to
just
do with
absolutely killing it.
So what I was saying, former Stoke City player Kurt Zuma, absolutely killing it at West Ham.
Yeah. I can't even remember what I was talking about anymore.
Were we blaming Alisson for that third goal? Because I was, but at the same time, Zuma was completely unmarked.
I think Mane
It wasn't
as
bad. It wasn't as bad as the second goal.
I think Mane is tasked with blocking Zuma, not necessarily marking him. I'm not sure.
All right, didn't do that either.
Yeah,
Zuma just kind of ambles around the penalty box.
I don't think Mane did much of anything in this game, to be honest. And that last chance that he had
why is he heading it? You just leave it on your foot.
A man with that much forehead should be able to hit the target.
Great delivery by Trent. Yeah, such a waste. But
you know what I like about West Ham is, so this game they had 30% possession. They played on the counter and they are fantastic on the counter. Set pieces, they're dangerous, and like this is a team that can score from anywhere if they
they have their flair players as well.
Yeah. Again, Declan Rice, another fantastic performance. Fornals too. Here's a guy that you don't expect to score as much as he's scoring, and he is.
Again, Alisson should be saving that.
That one he should 100% on Alisson. Yeah.
Yeah. Might be his worst mistake,
but Liverpool guys, you guys are mentioning. African Nations Cup coming up in January, right?
Yeah.
Some injuries piling up on their ends with Firmino out now. Milner was injured, I think last week. Their bench is looking really, really thin. Yeah, Keita as well. And this is the problem they had last season where they struggled with injuries. And it's starting to catch up on them again now. Yeah. So I would be worried a bit if I was a Liverpool supporter in terms of the future right now in the Premier League for this season, because
it's one to watch, definitely. Games are really intense this year. You can't really rest in any games, so every game's a 90-minute struggle, 90-minute slog, basically. Liverpool, they're starting to break down physically. Look, they're going to win their next game. That's Arsenal at home. They always smash us. So, yeah, but in the long run, I think it's one to keep an eye on.
Really? Tony, but Arsenal's been doing pretty well. The nice little run of form they have going on.
Still don't have any hope. They're gonna lose that game. But Speaking of another title contender.
Okay, yeah.
Chelsea won. Burnley won.
Man was talking about how all these Chelsea players were killing it, and he forgot about his own team.
Yeah, if only we could have some of these other goal scorers on our team to put one of our 25 shots in the back of the net. Would be fantastic.
If only you could not concede a goal to Mate Vidra, of all people.
Great goal.
Man who scores one a season.
Yeah, and you know what? Burnley had one solid chance where Chelsea switched off, and they had a nice. It was a nice. I forgot who put the ball, crossed the ball in, but
Rodriguez
put it back across.
Was it Westwood?
Westwood. I think you're right, Tony. Yeah, it was a great ball across, and then it goes back to the top of the box for Vidra, and a good finish. Yeah, they had a nice goal, but Chelsea. The story of this game is Chelsea, plenty of possession, plenty of chances, and just can't finish.
I personally don't think. I mean, look, you deserved when you miss that many chances. You that tends to happen in the Premier League. You get punished. I think we're starting to see the effects of not having a natural. Well, I guess Havertz is a natural false nine, but like a natural goal scorer.
Yeah, we miss Lukaku right now.
And
I know. Hold yourself there. So I was going to say, we don't know if we miss Werner as much.
No.
Definitely miss Lukaku. I mean, the last couple games Chelsea played has been the same story where you look at the Newcastle game, it took us until the 70th minute for Reece James to get us a goal. Yeah. We had a lot of chances in that game. This is very similar where we had a lot of chances. And again, Reece James, absolutely beautiful cross, sets it up on a platter for Havertz to score. A great header. But another shout out to Reece James. Like, not only can he score, and he's got a fantastic crossing ability. England, man, like, absolutely luxury with all the fullbacks they have right now.
Even that Wan-Bissaka as well. Amazing.
Why has this come back around to me?
For this, honestly,
just leave me alone.
You were quiet for a while, just to see if you're still awake.
I was letting Tommy have his time, letting him gush about Reece James for a bit, and you somehow directed this unwarranted and frankly unnecessary attack on me. On Tommy's birthday, too. Of all days, on Tommy's birthday.
Thank you. I'll take that as a
you made him happy. Exactly. That's the point.
Oh, he's been happy all season. We don't need more of this. Chelsea have finally dropped points against a non-top 4 team.
You know what the problem is?
And we still have a happy Tommy.
I've been happy as well, so I'm kind of, you know what? I'm starting to identify more with Tommy than you.
It's like a game like this. I can't be too mad about the result because, hey, we dropped points. We're still top of the table. We should have won. We could have won. I'm hoping Lukaku will be back after the international break. I don't know for sure what his status is, but hey, sometimes you don't win these games, and that's just how it is.
Look at Tommy being the one keeping us on track. This is how far we've
But
fallen.
you know one team that has been winning that I'm shocked of. As much as Uzair is also shocked. It's Arsenal. Tony, how do these guys keep on winning? What's going on? What happened?
I mean,
I would just like to point out that the first thing I have written down from our pre-podcast for a pre-podcast production meeting is Tony saying, and I quote, "Fuck me, Oba," and look, Tony, like
this is not what happened.
Yo, it can go either way.
No.
Do you, man?
I said, "Fuck me, Aubameyang was shit."
No. You that was the last bit. The last bit wasn't there. But, yeah.
Okay.
Live your life, my friend. I support this. I ship it almost.
Yeah.
I want to see you on Aubameyang's Insta page. I want you to convince him to follow you, like you somehow convinced Cesc Fabregas to follow you on Twitter.
I mean, like I said, I always knew Cesc had great taste. Listen, where are your heroes? Why aren't they following you?
All you gotta do is put Aubameyang in your all-time Premier League 11, and he'll follow.
Was it worth it, Uzair? Did you get the follow you wanted from Mo Salah? You threw United legend
no.
Ronaldo under the bus.
Gary Neville doesn't even follow me. I don't think Salah's following me.
Yeah, this game should have been really comfortable, honestly. Arsenal played really well from start to finish. We had a goal disallowed for offside because Aubameyang can't drop the football.
Another goal disallowed for offside because Aubameyang had to go and touch a football.
At that point, I was swearing at my TV. It's like, because you could see he was so offside. The second one, now you're talking about the Odegaard shot that was going in.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. How can you be so? I'm just glad we won this game. Because I can't imagine how angry I'd have been if we hadn't won this game. Emil Smith-Rowe, it was a very similar goal to the one he scored last week against Leicester, just passing the ball into the corner. I think he's scored in 3 Premier League games in a row.
With this goal, I think that's a foul on Ismail Assar in the build-up. I don't care about the ball being put out of play or anything like that, whatever. Like, that was what I don't care that they didn't give the ball back, because I don't think they should have in that situation. Because the Watford player had already gotten up by that time. You can see Danny Rose telling him to stay down. No issues with them not giving the ball back there. I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles absolutely lays out Ismail Assar in the build-up to this goal, and I'm shocked it wasn't disallowed.
See...
But then again, like you say, Tony, Arsenal ref differently, aren't they?
No, well, I will say this about this game, right? Because I watched the game from start to finish. The way the game was going, it didn't feel like a foul because that was happening all game. Like, Watford were smashing into us. Sometimes they were called, sometimes it wasn't. So it didn't even occur to me that it was a foul until Ranieri started crying after the game.
Lays him out. Like, that, just blindside hits him. And Sarr was down for a fair bit, too. Like, that was... I'm not saying Arsenal didn't deserve to win the game.
They kicked us for 90 minutes, and then eventually we kicked them back, and it ended up being a goal. Yeah. I mean,
don't worry. Arsenal are ref differently.
Yeah,
though.
we are ref differently. I don't know how. They only got 2 yellow cards in this game. Listen, Kuchka must have completed 7 fouls by himself before he finally decided to get sent. I mean, he flipped top. Yeah. No, okay. This was a good win. I am happy.
Tony, I will say this, Tony. Watford were very aggressive. You're right about Kuchka. He looks like he's straight out of some. Exactly, throwback. Just got out of prison. He's ready to play.
I didn't know that we still had footballers like this in the Premier League. I thought we were done with this nonsense.
He's a proper 80s throwback.
Yeah, it's like Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. That's a great comparison.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, they were very aggressive. It's a game where it's like you would think Arsenal of the past would have been bullied, would have been maybe shied away, but they played strong. They came out aggressive as well, and that shows. They got 4 yellows in this game. It's a team that players that show that they're, you know what,
they're going to fight back. Arsenal got 4 yellows in this game?
They got 4 yellows in this game.
How did we get 4 yellows? Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they're ref differently, Tony.
But it's what I'm saying is
6 fouls, 4 yellows. What? 19 fouls for Watford, 2 yellows.
Set Toni off.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. We don't. We're moving on. We have so many more games to get through, Toni. Unfortunately,
Toni, just take it that your Arsenal is playing like a much stronger team, and they're the better for it. Physically.
Wow. Please segue, Uzair.
We'll go to a game that had there's a little more VAR controversy on top of this. Everton 0, Spurs 0. Antonio Conte's Premier League debut with, I guess, in terms of management for Spurs. That Richarlison penalty shout.
The ref is at a shocker there. He really has.
So, for those who didn't see the incident, Richarlison is put through on goal, tries to take a touch around Hugo Lloris. Lloris goes for the ball, does play the ball, but also brings down Richarlison, and the ref blows for a penalty, even though Richarlison is getting back up, and the ball has gone beyond Lloris. So he essentially has a chance to take a shot at an empty net, but the ref blows for the penalty. But then the issue is he goes and looks at the monitor and realizes it's not a penalty, so he has to pull it back.
It was so obvious from the first replay that it wasn't a penalty, and you could see he was looking at it. He was like, is there any way I can give this? Because he knew he had royally fucked up. All the Everton... It's funny because the monitor is so close to the field that all the players walked over to watch it as well. All, like, so many players, Tottenham players, Everton players, and then you can see, I think it was Reguilon, he's like, played the ball. And then they start walking away. And then the ref has to go around and say it's not a penalty, and all the Everton players are losing their shit. They're like, why did you blow? Like, we didn't ask for the penalty. Like, honestly, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Watching the game back, I couldn't believe what he was doing. But, yeah, it was a very Conte performance from Tottenham. I think just 5 at the back. He truly does play with 5 at the back. Just, yeah. All their chances seem to be wing-backs crossing the wing-backs.
One thing I did notice, though, was that Kane was probably under threat of physical duress, being forced to stay higher up the pitch.
Yeah. Did he have any chances, though?
I don't think he had anything clear-cut. Spurs didn't have a shot on target.
0 shots on target, yeah.
Yeah, another game.
That brings it up to 5 halves of football, I believe, since their last shot on target. 5 Premier League halves of football.
Yeah, they're lost. Well, anyway, it's a good point.
They got a clean sheet.
It's a good
point.
Yeah.
That is one thing. You can't say
yeah, that's already a huge step forward.
Yeah.
Conte's got a lot of work cut out of him.
He does, yeah. But it's not the worst start. I'm sure he'd be happy with some aspects, but Spurs are gonna fuck it up. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Right. As should probably wrap up the remaining results around the Premier League. We have Southampton on Friday night beating Aston Villa 1-0, and the big story from this is the fallout where Aston Villa have sacked Dean Smith.
What a finish from Armstrong.
Yeah, lovely.
What a smash.
First time shot. Was that goal really early in the game?
Yeah, it was I think 5 minutes in or something.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying... ever since Martinez did that celebration against United, he hasn't kept a clean sheet. So,
it's been downhill.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's hilarious. But
am I the one that's suffering? Aston Villa sacked their manager, and I'm the one that suffers. It's ridiculous.
But that will make you. I was talking about bad karma for him doing the little celebration.
No, you just made me remember the one penalty Bruno Fernandes fucking missed.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I mean, they've lost 5 in a row now. Villa.
I was surprised that they sacked Dean Smith. But then you remember that they spent a lot of money in the summer overhauling the squad after selling Grealish, and now they've lost 5 in a row. And they weren't particularly good towards the end of last season either.
It feels like the Grealish signing or sale has kind of reinforced this idea in my head that it's better to have one top-tier footballer than signing several good players, if that makes sense, because they just look lost without Grealish.
Yeah, well, you look at like Buendia has not started well.
He actually he was pretty good in this game. He created some chances. He had some threat, but yeah.
Leon Bailey had the 20 minutes against Everton, but then is always hurt, which is exactly what we expected Leon Bailey to be. Danny Ings is currently hurt.
Yeah. You say Leon Bailey's hurt? I thought he's just not playing.
Oh, it's one or the other.
Because he came off the bench in this game. I think
did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I know he was hurt for a bit because he came on against Everton, was fantastic, and then got hurt for a few weeks.
Actually, he didn't come off the bench.
No, he started. He started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think what you see is like Klopp had something interesting he said in his post-match press conference midweek. He's like, nowadays in football, when you have, I guess it doesn't really apply to Villa, but when you play with European football, like and the fixtures, there's not much time for training. You know, you play a game, you go and haul out. Like Tony said earlier, it's like an all-out 90 minutes. You need time to recover, and then maybe you have a training session, and then you have a game again, and you don't have much. You don't have much time to train on the pitch, right? So that's why
I like to point out that this doesn't apply to Aston Villa.
This doesn't apply to Villa, but I'm kind of saying in Premier League, right?
Where was this during the Liverpool discussion?
I'm kind of saying
it was like 20 minutes ago.
I'm trying to give these guys a little benefit and say maybe they're not getting it.
They're getting plenty of training time.
Maybe they're not getting enough training in to really adapt to the Premier League. And
they had 7 days
and their sort of stuff. So
they had 7 days.
These guys were all signed early in the summer too.
Yeah.
Well, then they haven't adapted to Premier League, or they're just not good enough, or something just not working at Villa. But a new coach, I think I'm not shocked at all that Dean Smith was fired, and I'm interested to see who Villa is going to sign, because there hasn't been no one announced as far as I know, right?
That's right.
So
if they would like, I will fly to England and drive Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to them.
I don't think they'd
another coach that was unfortunately sacked was Daniel Farke following Norwich picking up their first win of the season.
Yeah, congratulations, boys. Congratulations, Norwich. They are just under halfway through to getting the 11 points that they will need to not be, the 12 points that they will need to not be the lowest team in history. I think they deserve this win. Brentford missed quite a few chances, but yeah, I'm really starting to worry about Brentford. They look like they're running out of steam. I don't know. They just look tired to me. But Norwich are really...
Hopefully the international break gives them a chance to take a step back, recharge a little bit.
Yeah. But that must really suck for Daniel Farke. You spend the entire season battling for this first win, and then you're told... yeah, we don't do
how
this
dare
yet.
How dare he
don't
win a
do
game
this
at
yet.
Norwich? This is not what we do at this club.
Oh, yeah. It's like they're determined to get this record. But I don't know. Maybe they have a manager lined up. Frank Lampard is available. Maybe.
Honestly, well, whenever a manager is sacked immediately after a game, just as an international break is starting, that usually indicates that the club has someone lined up or someone in mind that they can replace them with.
Yeah.
I wonder if John Terry's still at Villa, because then...
No, he's not.
He's not. Okay, then I was going to say Frank Lampard to Villa wouldn't be so far out there and team up with Terry as a managerial duo, but okay. Frank Lampard
Tommy's
to
wet dream, ladies and gentlemen.
Frank Lampard to Watford, Or not Watford, Norwich. I guess,
Uzair.
You know what? Give it a bit of time. Watford will probably have a managerial opening too, because that's just how they operate. The next game on the list is Crystal Palace 2, Wolves 0. Tommy, you may now talk about Gallagher.
Oh, guys, like you said, we mentioned last week, right? One of the players of the season so far.
Mm-hmm.
Man, again, he's getting he's just all over the pitch, and Palace are a really good team.
Yeah,
I think they're 10th place now, undefeated in a good undefeated run. Patrick Vieira is doing a really great job. I don't know what he's telling his lads at training or halftime, but they play with a lot of intent, direct to goal.
Yeah, Tommy, but the issue is that Chelsea don't have any time to train.
Yeah, no, we can't. It's exactly that's why we can't finish, right? We can't work on the shooting. But yeah,
Uzair was really good in this game.
Uzair had a nice goal.
It was a nice finish. Yeah, well timed run. Very Henry-esque, actually. I think Vieira's just a great match for Crystal Palace. Yeah, a lot of those he just looks like a lot of those players they're just doing everything that he's asking of them.
Yeah,
he's
they've
bringing
bought
out the
in,
best in so many players. Yeah, Benteke is looking good. Uzair is looking good. Olise Edouard is looking really good. He's playing on a wide forward role very often, and he's looking a threat. But no, Gallagher's been one of the players of the season. Did you see the smile on his face? Like after he scored, he just looked so happy. Like
he's having the time of his life.
Yeah,
he actually made him. I mean, he's optimistic, but he's like, I can't wait to get back to Chelsea and really fight for my spot in that team.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but hey, he's got plenty of confidence. He's got plenty of confidence, very good. So you'd love to see it.
Sold for profit. Yeah. All right. Any other games?
All right. Yeah. Next up, we have Leeds United 1, Leicester City 1. I mean, 10 seconds. That's how long Leeds managed to hang on to their lead.
Yeah. It was a game that...
About 6 touches of the ball.
Yeah. The old adage that you're most vulnerable when you've just conceded. I mean, you very rarely see it play out, but this was one moment where Leeds just switched off. A really nice free kick from Rafinha to go ahead.
I absolutely adore a free kick like that because it puts the keeper in such a bad position because they can't make a move to the ball.
Yeah.
Because if any striker touches it, that's going in.
Yeah.
But if they don't make a move for the ball, they get caught out like that. Like the free kick just sneaks in at the far post. Yeah. Perfect free kick.
So, question: what would you do? Would you just gamble and go with the flight of the ball?
Pray.
I think you should gamble, to be honest, but and then hope to use your feet if the ball's redirected. But it's difficult as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but the equalizer, I mean, the finish was outstanding from Harvey Barnes. The build-up, it's not very sophisticated. It's just pass it back, lump it forward, flick it on. And Leeds just didn't look ready. But having said that, when it comes to Harvey Barnes, what a finish.
You know who else wasn't ready for this? The commentators.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Harvey Barnes' goal.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely one of the best goals of the weekend.
Yeah. Great goal. But,
yeah, it was fantastic. But I think besides that, I'm not really remembering anything else happened this game.
Yeah, bunch of Melier.
Leeds missed a few chances. I think Harrison had one where he was in front of an open net and the ball just pinballed off his thigh over the bar, and I'm not quite sure how he did it.
Yeah, he should have scored that. Yeah.
Like the fact that they're playing Dan James up top in the sort of roving striker role, I don't like it.
He's so bad.
United has done one good thing, and they fleeced Leeds.
How did you make a profit?
We've made it like a 10 million profit on Dan James. I don't understand what Bielsa sees. Like, he runs.
He can't kick the ball. He can't kick the ball. He scuffs it every time. Slices it, scuffs it. He just can't make clean contact. But, yeah, very Gervinho-esque when he's trying to shoot. But, yeah.
Oh, my God.
There's a name.
That's a name.
Yeah.
That's a forehead. Like, forget Mane, forget Maguire.
Yeah.
That's a forehead.
Yeah. Couldn't head the ball either. But, yeah.
I think there's just one more game, right? Brighton.
One
Newcastle?
more game. That's Brighton 1, Newcastle 1. And frankly, I don't care about anything else that happened in this game, but we got to see an outfielder in goal, Lewis Stung, taking over in net for added time.
I was really upset when Jonjo Shelby didn't shoot. I wanted to see him at least have a save to make. Yeah. But Yeah.
He never stood a chance against elite goalkeeper Lewis Dunk. The fact that Shane Duffy had to help him put gloves on, and he had to wear Robert Sanchez's shirt, and he was bursting out of that thing.
Yeah.
Like, he is a large man.
Yeah.
Robert Sanchez, like, it just didn't fit him.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Sanchez isn't a small guy himself, but
hey, he saved his team, a couple points, or at least 1 point by taking that red card and kicking Wilson, who Tony, you were saying probably should have scored after.
I still think you scored, man. I'm sorry.
Man has his leg kicked into his other leg, and you still think he should have scored.
Yeah, where's the tenacity? It's like he accepted the situation. He saw. I felt that he was put off.
Unnecessarily mean to Callum Wilson.
He saw the opportunity to miss. That's how I feel, and he decided, I'm not gonna let the goalkeeper put me off. I'm gonna make sure I get the foul. And I think
he's running at full pelt and has one leg kicked into the other leg. How is he supposed to stay up?
I don't know. Move your feet. It's just like, I've seen so many situations.
Why do you hate Callum Wilson? What has Callum Wilson done to you?
He played well.
He scored a goal against Arsenal at some point.
I doubt it. I doubt it. But look,
over the last few years, you guys have made a habit of conceding to players like Callum Wilson.
I've erased it all from my memory, so I can't remember. If he has, I can't remember. No, look. It was a chance to win the game, and I don't know. Newcastle haven't won this season.
And Sanchez stopped him from taking that chance.
He touched him. It's not like he absolutely scythed him. He just...
Yeah, but enough to knock one foot into the other.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough to bring you down when you're running at full speed. Tony,
hey, what we can take
leave
away...
Callum Wilson alone.
What we can take away from this match is we know Newcastle are a very ambitious club, and they want that record of the fewest points in the Premier League season that Derby has, right?
Yeah, they are
winless.
They're pushing with Norwich, both on 5 points. But, yeah.
I mean, they're still above Norwich on goal difference by about 9. So, Norwich aren't going to let that 20th spot go easy.
All I'm saying is, if I was a Newcastle owner and I saw Callum Wilson not score that chance, I'm thinking, how much for Lautaro Martinez? That's what I'm saying. So
I thought you were gonna make an execution joke, but
okay.
I think we can safely say when we talk about our sort of Premier League report card in the next little bit is, I think Norwich are getting relegated, and I think Newcastle are looking like a real safe bet to be included in that, and it's gonna be hard to argue that.
Uzair makes an execution comment, and we're still talking about safety. Okay. I'm looking behind my shoulder.
I don't feel very safe after saying that.
And now Harvey Barnes. Oh, it's an equaliser. Harvey Barnes. Get in.
So, I know Tommy's already vaguely spoiled what we were going to do for the second bit of the show, but we're are we exactly a quarter of the way through the Premier League season?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, the 38 games, it's tough to divide it into 4. If anything, we're closer to a third.
We do our best sometimes,
Oh, we can call it our thirdly report.
It's not a 30 then.
We will not be calling it that. We're just gonna go through a quarterly report and just check in on the wider picture of the league, because it's easy to focus week to week, game to game, but sometimes you need to take a step back and see just how poorly Man United have done compared to preseason expectations.
Yeah, look at the table right now, and you will see Arsenal are above United.
Amazing. I'm looking at it right now.
We're talking about West Ham are top 3.
Oh, we'll get to West Ham, yeah, but
no.
Arsenal, 5th place after 0-3.
Tottenham are 9th.
Did you say 5th place after 0-3?
No, I meant they're 5th place after starting 3 losses, right? But no, I think we should talk about, of course, at the start. We look at...
Well, hold on. I have a question.
Yeah, go.
Are Man United still title contenders?
Yes, they're still title contenders.
So that means, technically speaking, Arsenal are title contenders, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean,
All
You're
right.
only 6 points
Tommy, you
off
can't
the
just
top.
let him have this.
No, he's having it.
Don't give him this.
We're only 2
You know,
points behind Liverpool.
If you give him this, he's going to ask for more.
I mean,
And
look,
then is there when he's gonna fall even harder when it's Arsenal. It's the hope that kills him.
uh,
But
Chelsea's goal difference.
I'm not in a spot to like give anyone hope. I need to drag everyone down to my level.
I'm looking at Chelsea's goal difference, 23. Arsenal's goal difference, 0.
0. That'll tell you. Tell you what you want to know about Arsenal's longevity. But yeah, guys, we look at our preseason predictions, and what I had Chelsea. Uzair United. Tony.
I was
Tony,
asked this
wait, Tony,
after
who
we
did you say,
just
Tony?
won our opening game of the season. We were top of the table at the time.
I had Chelsea
Tony,
to win the
I
you
title.
said
cannot be
Chelsea
held
as well.
responsible for this. I
So-
refuse to be held responsible for my opinions.
So we're not doing too bad because Chelsea are currently top of the table.
You say we. I'm assuming Uzair's not included in this week.
No.
No. Okay.
But I think we also, as you said earlier in the recap for the City game, is I think we all believe that City are definitely still the best team in the league, even though they aren't on the top. And that's pretty fair.
Oh, I forgot to bring this up earlier. Happy Invincibles Day to all the Arsenal fans out there. Played
I
38.
forgot to bring it earlier.
Lost 0.
Move on. No, enough.
I put it
enough.
in there. It was there. It's in there.
Get out.
Still only one team to have ever achieved the feat. All right, now I moved on.
Now you moved on?
Yeah,
Disrespect to Preston North End.
I thought I said Premier League team.
You might have. I've stopped listening. I've glazed over. I've glazed over until we get to the middle of the table.
On a more serious note, there are two things to consider when we're looking at what's going to happen ahead. The January transfer window, I mean, I can't imagine City aren't looking at a striker in January just to see if one's available. They've been linked with Vlahovic. I think, is he Serbian? I think he's Serbian.
Yes, sounds... Or Croatian. I think he may be Croatian.
I don't think he's Croatian.
No?
No. But we can check. Vlahovic, Serbian. They've been linked with Vlahovic. They need a 9, especially when you consider the Champions League. But also, Riyad Mahrez is the highest goal scorer in all competitions. And he's going to be away potentially for 6 to 8 weeks. Potentially 8 weeks. I think Algeria are currently the holders for the African Cup of Nations. And he's been a key piece. It'll be interesting to see how he's replaced. I mean, I imagine Gabriel Jesus will be their go-to. But, if they can get a 9 to replace the goals.
I think Ferran Torres would also be back by that point. And he was playing through the middle for them in the first few games of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I guess City don't have a history of signing players in January very often, but it feels like an opportunity to...
I mean, the thing is like, realistically, besides, you said, Vlahovic, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Vlahovic.
Who really else is going to be available for City to come up and get a striker? I just don't know. I just don't know who, to be honest. And knowing Pep, I don't think he signs anyone.
Nah, you're probably right. Probably gambles on, I don't know, playing Kyle Walker at false 9.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about Torres too. Like as I mentioned, if he comes back fit, they do have another option with him. But I wonder who Liverpool will be hit hard with AFCON.
Really hard. Yeah, Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, even Naby Keita. Yeah, if he's fit at this point. That Liverpool probably need a signing more.
Yeah, there's a team that you would think might dip into the January transfer market. Hopefully Firmino will be back for them. Obviously, I mean the hamstring now, he's out for a month or so, and they still have Jota. So they'll still have at least some good attacking talent, but they will not have any depth in that team. But in terms of what the top 4 looks like right now, it's Chelsea, City, West Ham, Liverpool.
Do we have a favorite in that?
What do we like? I mean, I think it's say I'm gonna be safe to say like Chelsea City right now, top 4.
Sneaky
for sure.
West Ham bid.
But then West Ham.
Can they do it? Can they do a Leicester 2016?
Yeah, you don't. I would hate to see that.
I don't want to
team
jinx
drop
them.
it, yeah.
Clearly, when I predict things, they just go completely wrong. So I don't want to put that on them because I actually enjoy watching them. But my personal favorites would probably be, I mean, Chelsea have been the ones grinding out results, but I think City.
Yeah, me too.
City are probably favorites.
I kind of think so too. But
I think Liverpool, like when they have all their players available, excellent. They'll be up there. But yeah, the AFCON just throws such a massive spanner in the works for them.
Yeah, and so that we've.
Here's my question though. It was not more about title, but more about who's getting that 3rd and 4th spot. Because I'm already giving Chelsea City 1-2.
Chelsea City, Liverpool, I think.
Liverpool are definitely going to be there.
Even after we just talked about how they might struggle for a month or so?
Yes.
Okay.
Arsenal have to push for
place,
it.
Yeah.
It's the opportunity is there. And I'm looking at United. I don't know if they're going to get rid of Ole. Genuinely. I
know. That's what I think as well. I don't think Ole is going to get sacked until
the end of the season.
Champions League is unattainable. So
yeah,
like March, April is usually when that would kind of drop.
That would be terrible.
It's just like if they, fuck me. I'm so upset, so annoyed. I think United will sign a central midfielder in January because
you do. Wow.
Yes, because this is what they always do. They'll make a signing like 6 months to a year after it should have happened. This is what they did with Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, but
well.
The thing with United is they also chase players for over a year before signing them. So right now they're not linked to anybody. Right.
Who are they linked to in the summer? They're linked to Ruben Neves. They were linked to
Camavinga, who is left.
They were, he's already gone to Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
They were linked to. I mean, they get linked to so many players, but Neves was the one that was brought up fairly often.
Has he been brought up since?
Honestly, I haven't paid attention. In between
heard
weeks,
of
I've stopped
up, yeah.
reading football news because it just upsets me.
It is a good shout. They might try and fix the issue with money because that's basically
what they're going to do.
Yeah.
That's all. They're not going to fix it with coaching right now.
Yeah. It's such an opportunity lost not getting Conte. I think it will end up being Zidane when Ole leaves. I think Zidane will be the one that gets that job, and I think that is going to be another terrible appointment because they don't need another vibes manager. They need a coach. But anyway,
you said Conte. Do we think Conte makes Tottenham a top 4 contender?
Nope.
No,
nope. It's the history of the Tottenham.
It's the history.
Yeah, I think they will get better. I think they could be Europa. They could push for Europa League spot. They're not that. They're 4 points behind Arsenal right now. 1 behind United. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are doing well. I love football.
Yeah. I think there is a better team in Tottenham than they're playing currently, and I think Conte. I think that squad is actually kind of set up for him in the way they have their wingbacks. Their fullbacks are wingbacks. Emerson Royal and Reguilon. So I think
there is
be
a
in the
team.
Mix. Yeah.
Sorry, there's a team that's going to sign some players in the winter. That's a given.
You think so? Huh?
Yeah, they're not going to I'm not saying a lot of money, but Conte is not coming into that team without some assurances that he's going to be able to sign a couple of players that he needs for his team. I honestly think I love Conte as a manager with Chelsea. He was phenomenal, and he just came off winning the league with Inter. This guy is one of the best managers in the world, and Tottenham have him, and I think he's going to actually turn them into. I think they're going to battle for top four. I think they're going to be a legit contender this season. I do think they will make a run. I mean, you look at I'm looking at the standings. They're in a bad run of form. I think Conte will turn them around a bit. I'm not saying they're going to be like
top four contenders this season.
Yeah, look at the competition. Liverpool right now are 22 points and Tottenham are 16. They're only 6 points back.
I don't think there's any chance that.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm saying though. I'm saying they're going to make a run.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
And it will get them Europa. It will make them Europa League contenders. Yeah, Conte is not one to come in mid-season, and he comes in usually at the end of a season, and then he gets his team doing what they want to do.
The issue is because they're playing in that whatever league they play on Thursday. Time. He's not getting enough coaching time. Yeah, exactly, and that probably is the one thing that's going to harm him the most is he won't be able to imprint his style of play as efficiently in the team. So,
Tottenham are interested in Vlahovic as well as a replacement for Harry Kane. So
I think any team that's looking for a striker is being linked with him at this point.
Yeah,
hey, Chelsea being linked because we could use another striker.
You're not being linked.
Just signed Lukaku.
Yeah, you're not
he's injured.
Greedy bastard.
He's injured though.
Greedy bastard.
Signed a striker last season as well. But
all right, we should let's look at the mid-table, and we got
moving
teams.
We've got a few surprises. Leicester down in 12th. They've not really been able to put it together consistently this season.
I heard Brendan Rodgers was being linked to a United job.
I've heard the same thing.
I saw that as well.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Uzair?
I'm unsure. Because on one hand, from every report that you read, he's a very good coach.
Former Liverpool manager.
If that's a bit that really does give me pause.
Oh, that's
more than anything else.
I thought it was the huge portrait,
and also like the fact that Leicester collapsed at the end of every single season, and his Liverpool team also collapsed at the end of every single season. And I mean, to be fair, it's a good continuation from Solskjaer collapsing at the tail end of every season. And in all the semi-finals. So, I don't think it's going to happen, honestly.
I don't think so too either, by the way. I was just interested in your thoughts. But
it's just, like, the thing that did... Because, especially because United look so poorly coached right now, the thing that did, like, connect me a little bit was he is allegedly, like, very good at like putting together training sessions and actually coaching.
He's a good coach. He's a very good coach, Brendan Rodgers, I think.
So it's just the team mentality stuff towards, especially in run-ins, where the questions start getting raised with him. But
he's not a good fit.
Yeah, you
guys need a winner to come in there and change.
Oh, isn't Zidane a winner?
You need a winner and a coach.
Oh, you need both.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on too much about that, but I'm looking at the table just again. Wolves are 8th, and I remember we talked about Wolves a lot at the start, how they couldn't score a goal, they couldn't buy a goal.
But they were always playing well, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I actually did not realize that they were this high up the table.
Once they got Hwang Hee-chan into the squad and gave Jimenez someone to play off and a foil to kind of play with, similar to how he used to play with Jota before. Obviously different style of player, but it just gave, and like Jimenez has picked up confidence as well since then, and it just started to click a little bit more. And they benched Adama Traore, so he stops missing every chance.
Exactly, that's the big thing. Notice how we're talking less about Adama Traore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Think of how much they're saving in baby oil.
Yeah.
They buy a whole new player.
Podence and Hwang Hee-chan, they've been better foils for Jimenez than Adama Traore, who, dangerous as he is, just no end product.
All right, so here's a question. I'm looking at, these are all teams that are really in the same spot here. You have Southampton 14 points, Leicester 15, Everton 15, Palace 15, Tottenham 16, Wolves 16. Out of those teams, like, who do we think is going to be the one that's going to like jump that gap, jump that group?
Jump to what?
just maybe like a Europa League spot or like that team that's going to be competing there out of that group.
So
there,
5th or 6th.
Yeah, or 5th or 6th. Yeah,
the 7th is the conference.
7th conference, maybe even 7th. I'm just looking at that group. That group of teams, they're all just bunched together, same amount of points. Everton, I think we can all say is they seem to be really struggling. I would say they're underperforming.
Rafa he's in danger. I think Rafa Benitez at Everton. They haven't won in 5 games.
They need Calvert-Lewin back.
They also
because they look lost without having him up there as a target man.
Yeah.
You know that's one thing I've noticed this season so far is we haven't really had I'm not including Salah in this, but we haven't had a striker that has really taken the league on in terms of form and goals. Like Vardy, I know started off pretty well.
He's tailed off.
But he's tailed off, and I'm looking at you look at Chelsea. Lukaku's injured. City don't have a striker. Antonio, he's tailed off as well, right? Firmino's injured. Aubameyang is. Tony will tell you what Aubameyang.
Fuck me, Oba.
You look at
comment.
United.
United are just completely misfiring right now.
And we said about Brentford. Tony, not our Tony, but Tony has also kind of tailed off. And I'm looking at
You've said the word Tony so many times in that sentence. I don't know who you're talking about anymore.
And we've talked about Harry Kane just being switched off since his move didn't get through, and injuries. Ings injured, Calvert-Lewin injured. Yeah,
Bamford's
strikers
been out all season so far.
Yeah, Bamford is another one. Strikers just are not either clicking or performing this season. It's just not happening, which is something that I've noticed.
Yeah, at the same time, I think the game has changed a bit. The top goal scorer, we do have Salah scoring goals. We have Ronaldo scoring goals. Like, wide forwards they tend to be more of the goal scorers these days, and strikers are more facilitators, right? Javi Barnes has been scoring a bit of late, right? Like, Jamie Vardy is doing a lot of running for other players, sorry. Harry Kane, he's more provider for Son. So I think it's also just a trend of the way the game's going, right?
Right.
Yeah, wide forwards. A lot of strikers are playing false nine roles. Lacazette's very much the focal point of Arsenal's attack. Aubameyang's, he's getting all our chances. He's not scoring, but he's getting all our chances. But it is a point. Just looking at the way football is going as well in general. Just looking at the bottom, I think we can safely say there are 2 teams who are favorites to go down at this point. Newcastle and Norwich.
Yep.
They've, Norwich did win this week, but
somehow still below Newcastle, like we said.
Amazing.
Just that goal difference, just
minus 21. My God.
Yeah.
They've scored 5 goals in 11 games, and when you're conceding 26 in those 11, that's probably not going well.
Yeah.
Newcastle aren't that much better defensively. They've conceded 24, but they score a few goals at least.
Haven't won a game.
Yeah. Haven't won a game. 5 draws though.
I'm really interested to see what they do in January because I kind of.
Anyone want to take some bets on who they sign?
Anyone want to take some bets on if they get sold, if they get in the championship? Yeah.
You know what? I'm not ready to write off Newcastle just yet, just because of that January, where that they may be able to sign some quality players. I don't know who wants to come. That's the thing.
I think they'll go down.
Norwich for sure. 100%.
Look at their managerial chase. They went for Unai Emery. He wanted nothing to do with them, right? Despite a very attractive financial package. What ambitious footballer is going to go to Newcastle right now?
That's the biggest thing is who. But then again, Tony, we talk about it all the time. Money.
There's a limit, man.
Is there a limit?
There's a limit. I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't know if there is. But then again, the threat of playing in the championship may be enough to be like, is the money enough?
It's it's not the fact that their relegation candidates, it's like they're relegation favorites right now. You're in real danger of tanking your career if you go to Newcastle.
That's true. That's
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they can make some signings in mid-table somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe they end up signing a world-class player.
I think the way forward for them might be in January. Instead of going for your big names that have been thrown around, your Coutinhos and those sort of like overpaid stars at like other clubs, go for, if you want to stay up, go for the best players of the teams around you. You're in the same league. You're competing against them. Offer them better financial packages. Yeah. Like they've been linked with James Tarkowski from Burnley. Go for players like that. Obviously, I don't want them to sign Tarkowski from Burnley because I think it would be fucking hilarious if they went down. It would be the funniest thing.
Richest club in the championship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who do you guys have for that third slot? Who do you think?
I was going to say my three at the start when we did our predictions were Norwich, Brentford, and Palace. Now, Palace have shown that that's a team. They're a strong team with Petrovia. Brentford free falling at the moment, and I would not write them off from being relegated. To be honest, still
4 losses in a row. Jesus.
Yeah.
They are in danger.
It's an interesting mix of clubs down there because you have Leeds 3 points off. Burnley are in 18th right now, 8 points. You have Watford and Villa, both.
Villa, I think, will turn it around.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, you'd expect Villa. They've got enough quality in their squad. You'd expect Leeds, especially once Bamford is back, to rise up. Watford, I'm predicting Watford certain.
to be. I'm predicting Brentford to finish 17th and Watford to finish 18th.
Like I said, things get cold. Burnley start going up the table. They thrive in this. I told you, Sean Dyche, he loves the winter.
Yeah,
and they've already started to put together the results after their slow start.
3 games unbeaten.
Yeah, and like I do agree where I think Watford are going to be that last team.
Yeah, but it's going to be really tight because I predicted Southampton, Crystal Palace, and Norwich, and
I think I had the same ones as you, Tony.
Yeah,
and
I don't think
Patrick Vieira is making us look silly.
Yeah, Southampton have a really good coach as well, and Hasenhüttl.
Yeah, and they've put it together. Excellent run of form. Yeah, 3 wins in the last 4.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the new boys are gonna battle it out. Brentford, Watford, Norwich. They're going to be in the relegation scrap, and I'm hoping Brentford are the ones who stay up because they're a club I've been watching, and I enjoy watching them. I enjoy what they're trying to do, and it will be really encouraging if they can be successful.
I like when a brand new team manages to get up to the Premier League and then survive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fellas, I think that's generally all we have time for today. All that's left to do is to say please follow us on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, at 442. Subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. And thank you for joining me, Tony.
Hey, Tommy, these pods are really fun when you win, eh?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Not so bad when the early morning's worth it when you're on a good run. Yeah,
I mean, I've been enjoying waking up early when you can talk about your team that's at the top of the table or winning games. Yeah, Tony. So enjoy the ride because knowing Arsenal, you're gonna fall soon. So just enjoy it as it goes.
We play Liverpool away next, so I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
And happy birthday, Tommy.
Okay, well, thank you, Uzair.
Are you going to reveal your actual birthday to the listeners?
Never.
Never? No?
Never.
Sorry, listeners. I tried. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.